How's it going, guys? Coming back to you with the Grand Prix again. Today I'm going to be putting the back door on that I got from the junkyard in the previous video. I'm going to do this as kind of a standalone video just because it's a removal installation, just in case you came here looking for that. To the 2003 model, so this should apply definitely for the 97 to 2003 Grand Prix. Probably a lot of other vehicles as well, because there's a lot of vehicles built on the same platform, so I would be willing to bet they're very, very similar. So this is going to be a little bit easier than, say, a front door where you would have the lock cylinders and some other things to consider. And actually, guys, it is super, super simple. That being said, I am not a professional mechanic. I'm not a professional body man, so take everything I say with a grain of salt. But hopefully you can still derive some value from this video, if nothing else, but an entertainment value. All right, so I'm going to get right into it and go ahead and start. It's just me, so I'm going to set up the tripod and stuff like that whenever I have to. And let's get it done, guys. All right, so this is the door. This is the door I've got to replace. You can see why. And these are the tools. Basically, this is a 13 millimeter. This is because I'm by myself, so this should help me to speed things up while I'm in there. And this is, I don't know if I'm going to need it, but I've got to get this boot loose here. So that's the deal. So the plan is to take these two bolts out here, these two bolts out here, take the boot out, replace it on the other door because that one is broken. And yeah, should be pretty simple. So I'm gonna go ahead and try to get this out now. Okay, so got the boot loose. I did have to pull on the corner, get a little gap in there, and then you can take your flat blade if you need it, and you can kind of get in there and work it. Definitely just don't want to puncture this. The reason we want this intact is because you don't want any water getting in this hole causing rust or anything like that. This is actually a relatively rust-free body. So down here's your wires for your electronics, and down in the body is the switch, or the not the switch, but the connector for the switches. So there's your connector. So you just want to pull that up and out very gently. Don't want to pull in the wires or anything too much. Pretty simple connector here. So you got this. You can see how that works. I'm not going to be able to do this with one hand, but that's self-explanatory. You just push this down and you should be able to pull that right out. I'm going to do that real quick, and then we're going to move on. Alright, so once you have this loose and this disconnected here, the only thing left to do basically is these two bolts and these two bolts here. Once you get those done, the door is going to come off. So I have it latched still at the handle, and what I'm going to do is actually going to roll the window down. Well, I'm not going to roll it down. The regulator's messed up. I'm just going to pull it down, and that's going to give me something to hold on to when I take the door off. So I'm going to do this. I'm probably going to show you from back there so you can just see the whole thing. Alright, so I'm just going to loosen these up, and the door will come off after that point. So let's do it. And there goes the door. Alright, so there you go. Pretty easy to take the door off. So all I got to do is just now the reversal of that. I'm going to take the boot from that door, I'm going to put it onto this door, and then I'm going to figure out a way myself to lift this door up and get it in place so that these bolts line up. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So let's get that done. Okay, so I actually went ahead and kind of plugged this up to see if the window regulator worked, because I was going to just roll the window down before kind of holding it up into place to get the bolts in. It didn't. It's making some noises. Maybe it's salvageable, but it's not connected properly. If something's wrong with it, whatever. Of course. So anyway, I just pulled the window down to get access to this, because this is going to be easy to kind of hold it in place. That worked out really good last time. And then yeah, we're gonna throw her on there. I'm gonna put the bolts in my pocket so that everything's ready. You want to have your tool over there ready, especially if you're by yourself, so that you can get it all done in one shot. So. So now I'm gonna work on we're gonna hook this up. We're gonna get that other boot replaced, and that way so we have a seal in the body so it doesn't get water in there, and hopefully we don't get a whole lot of rust. Do that right now. Alright, so it took forever to actually get the boot over this this connector here. So the moral of the story is, if you get a door from the junkyard, don't break this boot. Just leave it on. Yeah, that way you don't have to worry about fishing this connector through it. But either way, we got it done. So basically, gonna hook this wire up here. These connectors. Boom. Okay, so that's done. Put it back where you found it, in there. Gonna go ahead and push that in to the door, and then get this pushed into the to the body. So it's not, shouldn't be too hard here. Push that in. Kind of push it in and pull it out, and we got it. So we got that on there. You can see how it makes a seal there. That's what you want, you know, so that water and debris don't get into this area here. You don't want to cause any excessive rusting. Speaking of rust, I do have this issue here, but in all reality, I'm just going to spray that with some lithium grease. This is not a perfect car, and it doesn't have to be a perfect car, but I got the door on there, as you can see. Door opens, door closes. So yeah, success. There it is, guys. Just like that, we got the door on the Grand Prix. No big deal. Hopefully this video was helpful for any of you who was thinking about going to the junkyard, pulling apart to fix your car or whatever. It's 4 bolts, 1 connector, the rubber boot thingy. You know, no big deal. You can get away with the 13mm socket probably, but yeah, what do you think? Improvement? I think so. Now, I know the door's black, the car is blue, but if you've been watching the channel for any period of time, you know that I'm planning on either taking this to Mako, have them paint it, or me paint it, basically to get it all one color, cover everything up. The paint's terrible on it anyway, so it needs it. Yeah, and just trying to bring this car back to a better state of being for myself for now, and then for, of course, down the road, wherever it goes, you know, to whoever it goes to. So that they can have a decent little ride for, you know, an inexpensive price. Obviously, no car payments in today's economy, and that's why I even mess with a car like this and try to fix it, you know. But anyway, that being said, if you found the video helpful, click the thumbs up button. If you like car stuff or exploring or things like that, car events, drifting, all that, I cover all that on the channel. And yeah, so check that out. Consider subscribing. I think that's it, guys, for the day, pretty much. As always, I appreciate each and every single one of you. Till next time, take care.